I'm joined in the studio by Maya yet again. Maya, so the DOJ's massive dump of Epstein case files has turned some internet users into self-appointed digital sleuths. Online users are combing through emails, searching for hidden clues, and for some reason, they're now fixated on one word, pizza. Tell us why.
Well, to understand why, we need to go back to December 2016. A man called Edgar Madison Welch, 28, enters a place in Washington, D.C., a pizza place called Comet Ping Pong. This could have been a fairly common scene until he opened fire, fortunately without making any victims. Welch had driven all the way from North Carolina in order to self-investigate viral claims that were actually spreading online. He was convinced that there were children inside the restaurant, held, according to him, in the restaurant's basement. And that place was supposed to serve as some sort of headquarters to a satanic child sex abuse ring with high-profile Democrats running it, including Hillary Clinton and her then campaign chairman, John Podesta, whose emails had just been released in WikiLeaks by WikiLeaks. And the owner of the restaurant was actually somebody who fundraised for Hillary Clinton, so he had some sort of links with her, but that was it. And that's why all the different theories started to be posted on this message board, political message board, 4chan. That was it. Pizzagate was born. Believers thought that there was some sort of evidence hiding in plain sight, that, for example, the word cheese, pizza, CP was code for child pornography, and they thought that eventually, when Donald Trump was going to be the next president of the United States, he would reveal everything, he would expose the truth. But in fact, eventually, well, nothing happened. Why? For one, because Pizzagate was just a conspiracy theory. No credible evidence was ever found. Investigators obviously entered the restaurant, the pizza place in Washington, D.C. They didn't find any children hiding there, and especially in the basement, maybe because the restaurant had no basement to begin with.
Yeah, I remember this scandal. So what's the connection to Epstein and all of this?
Well, with the release of all the files linked to the convicted sex offender in the US, some people started to look into the correspondence, and they started to look for the word pizza. And this woman, for example, found that the word pizza appeared, of course, more than 900 times. By comparison, the word hamburger, let's look at other food items. This word appeared around 190 times. And the way that pizza was mentioned looked suspicious to these users. So I'll let you be the judge, for example, with these kind of examples. You have a few of them compiled by Snopes, our colleagues from Snopes. The examples are, may I bring in your slice of pizza to you? Jeffrey says he wants to go out to a pizza place with you. Or, lastly, let's go for pizza and grape soda again. No one else can understand. Of course, some of these messages may sound a tiny bit cryptic, and that's why it fueled perfectly into what's called the confirmation bias of the Pizzagate believers, who thought that ages ago, one decade ago, they were told that Pizzagate was just a wild fever dream, a conspiracy theory, and now they claim that they've been right all along, once again, without providing any evidence.
Well, so just to be clear, Pizzagate has been debunked once and for all, right?
Yes, exactly. We have debunked Pizzagate many times, and our colleagues also have debunked it many times. So the messages sounding strange doesn't mean that they're evidence at all. There is no credible proof that the reference to pizza means anything else than just a pizza, a food item. And our colleagues from Snopes investigated these claims and explained that most of these mentions actually just refer to going to a pizza place, having a pizza with some friends. And for example, some users alleged that one example here, the U9 Red Pizza Party, referred to the blood of children under 9 years old. So Snopes investigated the claim and found in other emails references to, as you can see, the Red team playing soccer, and this team was under 9. It was a youth soccer team. Also, none of these people who might have been mentioned sending emails or whatever to Jeffrey Epstein were actually charged in connection to Epstein crimes. So In a nutshell, Pizzagate was not secretly proven right by the release of documents. Common words are just turned into false evidence because some people were actually expecting them to be.
Okay, well.